Hey guys, welcome to PCube, where we watch and talk about music as classical musicians. First of all, I want to thank you guys for 10,000 subscribers. As we said, we're going to do a Q&A because of that. So I put a post, and I'm not sure if all of you can see it. So make sure you go to our post. I can put a link in the description, and you can ask your questions, and we're going to make a video soon and answer them.
Hi guys, yes, I am also very happy that we reached 10,000. Thank you all of you that subscribed us and support us.
So today we have a request from Buy Me a Coffee. We are going through them. We are a little bit behind, but we try to catch up as soon as possible. Today's video is from Chris, and it's from Dire Straits, Telegraph Road, and he sent us a link for a live version. So thank you, Chris, for your suggestion and for your support. I am very excited. I know like a couple of Dire Straits songs, but I also, that was on our list to do, like Walk of Life, something like that. That's like probably my favorite, but I have never heard this one, so I'm excited for that. It's 12.5 minutes, and apparently it's going to be really, really good. So I'm very excited. I can't wait to watch this. So I think without further ado, because it's a long video, let's just dive in and see how it goes.
So many keyboards.
I love the guitar and piano duet. I love, before we move forward, I love that the guitar and piano duet, that they were kind of like, the piano was subtle, but was kind of like responding to the guitar melodies. That was so cool.
And a long time ago, come a man on a track, walking 30 miles with a sack on his back. Then he put down his load where he thought it was the best, made a home in the wilderness, built a cabin and a winter store. He plowed the ground by the cold lake shore. The other travelers came walking down the track. They never went further, no, they never went back.
I love his voice, honestly. I had never paid attention to his voice, and I don't know, there's such like a quality about his voice that is just unmatched.
Yes.
Yeah,
So deep.
yeah, exactly.
Then came the churches, then came the schools, then came the lawyers, then came the rules, then came the trains and the trucks with their road, and the dirty old track was the Telegraph Road.
The light change. Until now, my most favorite part was the lighting and how they film from the beginning, that they show the audience with that red light. I was like, such a nice atmosphere. I wish I was there. And then as they chose a little reddish light for the piano and this other worthy yellowish light for the guitar with that close up, and then the person which was like he's coming from heaven or another world. And then they, until now, also the place that he started to sing, that was a circle and just a light for himself. And then now in this moment, as the music just they play the chord and it changed, the light also changed. It's such a nice lighting and videography.
That's
until
true.
now I love it. I
Yeah.
really love it.
Yeah, and then came the mines and came the ore. And there was the hard times, and there was the war. Telegraph sang a song about the world outside. And the Telegraph Road goes so deep and so wide, like a rolling river. And my radio says tonight is gonna freeze. People driving home from the factories. Now you got 6 lanes of traffic, 3 lanes moving slow.
Before we get it, I feel like it's a different section. I love that like interlude between with all the like instruments like all going on. It felt like it's like we are kind of like turning a page in a story. Like it felt like, okay, we're changing scenes, kind of like in a theater.
Exactly.
And there's like music and then they're doing everything and now it's a new scene. So let's go.
He's such a good pianist.
What are they yelling?
Yeah.
The pianist, he's so good. It feels like so many pieces, like so many songs pieced together. Honestly, I feel like we like every time they do like a little interlude, like we just move forward or something, like something happens. Yeah.
Used to like to go to work, but I shut it all down. I got a right to go to work, no work here to be found. Yeah, and they say we're gonna have to pay what's owed. We're gonna have to they reap from the seed they sowed. When all the birds up on the wires and up on the poles, they can always get out in this rain and this cold, and you can hear them singing out their telegraph code all the way down the Telegraph Road. And I'd sooner forget, but I remember those nights. Yeah, life was just a bet on a race. Between the lights, you had your head on my shoulder and your hand in my hair. Now you act a little cold, like you don't seem to care. But just believe in me, baby, and I'll get you away. I'm gonna get you out of this darkness and into the day. From all these rivers of headlights, from these rivers of rain, from the anger that lives on the streets with these names. 'Cause I run every red light on memory lane. I've seen desperation explode into flame, and I don't wanna see it again. From all these signs just saying sorry, but we're closed all the way.
I love the hemiolas they're doing. Like it's like in 4/4, and then suddenly like in 3, like it's ba 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 ba. Suddenly it changes. It's just such a cool effect because you're suddenly like alerted, like what's happening, like breaks that sequence in your brain.
Down the Telegraph Road.
I love his shirt. Did you see the arrows? How they're... Wow.
Nice.
I
don't know if
sorry,
it was.
it just went to the other.
I don't know if it was intentional, but for the eyes, when you were seeing these two guitarists, and on the side they had black shirts and also like a light pants, and then the singer had a white shirt. And also behind him, the drummer had a white shirt. So when you were looking from the distance, and at the end you show it was such a nice balance for the eyes. I don't know if they thought about it or not, but in general, the whole thing was very pleasing for the eyes. I found the lighting, the outfit, everything. Yeah, and also the guitar from one of them was red, and the boots from the singer was like a little red. I mean, this was red, but like a little dot of red. And also it was nice. But other than that, for the music, I really love, and I so many times miss to hear bands or in general music that there are the musicians there, you know, they are really musicians and know how to play some good stuff. For example, the pianist, even from the shape of his hand, you could have said that he really is a good pianist and he really can play the piano very well.
I was gonna comment on the piano.
Yeah, exactly. This full and very professional sound of the piano in the whole music was so shining.
So I was gonna say that's such a like cool layer that adds, because I mean sometimes the guitars, like especially toward the end, they're so like prominent and they're so bold that you really had to listen for the piano, but he was doing a lot of like breaking rhythms and stuff. But even when you're not hearing it directly, I think it's adding such a cool layer that it creates like a little bit of a space, if that makes sense. It feels like the music is like three-dimensional rather than, okay, just the guitars and vocals. Like even though you're not hearing that, or like the organ progressions that he was doing. Also, I didn't know organ is such a like a huge instrument like in these bands, like I guess in the 70s or 80s. Because like when I started learning organ, everybody was like, oh, it's such a dead instrument. If you learn it, you're gonna make so much money because like nobody plays it and it's just for church. And then I can see that you can actually play it, like have a band. So I'm kind of like more intrigued to learn it even better. Yeah, so it's like because it adds again such a really, really cool layer to that, with that like very subtle, in a very subtle way that you cannot like, unless you actually go listen for it, you cannot like directly, doesn't go to your ears like that directly. But I love that. I love that. I think they are probably one of my favorite bands so far to watch. Like there was not a single second that I was bored. Yeah, it was like every like from the starting melody, that how soft it started until all that big climax and the outro. It was so captivating. It was very cool.
I think the part, my favorite part, one of the favorite parts from here was the last time that they did something slow, and it was so made you so waiting and suspended, if it's the wrong, if it's the right word.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you were like, oh, okay, something is coming. Even not only the waiting was so cool, and you were like, oh, something is coming, but also the small things that they were playing and the whole atmosphere that they were making was so beautiful. And then these two guitarists started to play a very cool rhythm and very, it was so,
exactly. I mean,
so nice, the last.
Yeah, I'm sure there are so many things happen that we did not even like realize, because it was just like, I feel like it was so complicated. But I was trying so hard to like notice everything, like the rhythm changes, like the hemiolas that I talked about, like all the layers that are happening, but I'm sure we missed a lot. And I love that I was trying again so hard to listen to the lyrics, but I was not that successful. And then there's no closed captions for this, but we cheated a little bit and we looked at the lyrics a little bit before the video, so we can like have an idea. And I love that how the music, but we didn't watch the music, but I think you are also agree. I love that how the music kind of like matched with the lyric. It started like very more like soft and like more like raw, and I don't know, like because then in the middle it goes up, it talks about like all the industrialization and everything, and then I think the music also accompanies that, like with all the like rough guitars and so many layers and so many like so much lush harmonies in the piano. And I think it kind of like matches the time passing and like a different era, and I love that how they kind of like did that. Yes, I really hope that we listen to this band so much more. I think this has the potential to come also into my playlist. You know, you already know I have a playlist that I play in the cafe. Such a high bar for
I already got so many compliments about my playlist.
Oh, really?
And even one of my colleagues last day, she was like, you have to send me the playlist. It's so cool. And every time I put my playlist, either a guest or my colleagues, they are saying that like, it's such a nice playlist. So I think this band has the potential to
I think so.
I come into my playlist.
I really, really love that song that I talked about, and I think maybe we should do that like in the next few days. We're gonna record that one. But if you guys also have any other suggestions, because I knew this band not a lot though, like I just heard like that probably 1 or 2 songs, but I'm so much more interested to like explore them a little bit more. So if you guys have any suggestions, please let us know. And thank you, Chris, for your suggestion. We really enjoyed that. Thank you for your support, and thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure you like it, drop your comments down below. Don't forget about our post, go ask your questions there. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and if you want to support us a little bit more, there's a buy me a coffee link in the description, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.